What's going on, people? Welcome back to Curtis Shaw TV. Back with the breakdown of the game yesterday between Arsenal and Manchester United. 2-0 victory for the Gunners. Yes, come on. Great start to the new year. We're unbeaten in 2020, man. We're on form. We're on fire. But no, on a real, what a great victory that was. The atmosphere inside the ground and outside the ground after the game was superb. A vital victory for us. Mikel Arteta trying to restore some pride and some hope for the rest of the season. And, I was so proud of the team yesterday, honestly. Every player to a man put pride in. The players were cramping up. That's how much effort they put in. The huddle at the end of the game when they were all together, it was inspirational, honestly. I felt like we've really got the feeling back of the club. We know we're not a great team at the moment. We're not going to win the title or anything like that, but we need to go on this journey together, and it needs to be everybody from the fans to the manager to the players pulling in the right direction and restoring us to where we should be, because this is a great football club, and it's going to take time. We have to be patient, but I will give it to Mikel Arteta. He has surprised me in how quick he has managed to give us an identity on the pitch, which is amazing, really, because under Emery, we had no real playing style. I often said we were freestyling. Freddie Ljungberg tried his best, but that was just short term. But Arteta has really given us a style of play, and the fight in the team was incredible. How did Arsenal win this game? I felt Man United were shell-shocked. We pressed them from the front, and it wasn't one man pressing. They pressed in groups. They made it difficult. There was times where De Gea, Lacazette closed him down and blocked his clearance. There was a time where I saw Maguire get the ball on the edge of the box, and we pressed everybody who we could pass to, and he tried a long ball and just kicked out of play. And that was the story of the first half in particular. United couldn't live with the intensity. Pepe started. I was desperate for Pepe to start. Nothing against Nelson. I thought he did well against Chelsea, but I felt like Pepe needed to play in this game. And I think United, out of the three possible right backs or left backs, that they could have played, I think they played the one that was going to be the easiest for Pepe to cause problems against, and that was Luke Shaw. He ran him ragged. I actually felt like Pepe should have ran at him a little bit more, but maybe he was tired due to him not playing much lately. And, our front three were dynamic in that game. I've said a few times, I'm not a big fan of playing Aubameyang on the left. I think you're asking him to do work that you don't want him to do, and he'd be more dangerous central. But I can't question his commitment and the shift he put in again on the left. Lacazette was superb. He did everything but score. He needed a goal, really. But the way, he was holding the ball up, that one particular time where he held off Maguire and just spun him, man, it was fantastic. He needs the goal, but I think it will come. He looked a lot more confident. As I say, Pepe got his goal. Aubameyang worked hard. Mesut Ozil, a guy who constantly is labelled as a lazy player, he worked his socks off, and some of his passes yesterday were outstanding. It makes you wonder where this level of performance has been for the past couple of years, but I think him and Arteta have a real connection after being teammates. He worked his socks off. Granit Xhaka, I've been critical of him in the past. He was superb. Him and Torreira have a real good partnership. The time when Xhaka is a little bit more questionable is when the midfield press him a lot harder. If you're playing against, for example, like Liverpool's midfield that's a lot quicker, that's when Xhaka becomes a little bit more under pressure. But him and Torreira were superb. Luiz and Socrates were solid. Kolasinac came back from injury and put in a good shift. Maitland-Niles having his best run, I think, as a right back. He's looked solid the last few games. David Luiz put in an inspirational performance, real captain's performance, I felt yesterday. And, the interview after the game of him and Socrates, it was refreshingly honest, talking about how the team haven't been fit enough, haven't worked hard enough, good honesty. Leno, I thought, was very brave. He made a big mistake against Chelsea, but he came out confidently and punched the ball, which is all you can ask from a goalkeeper. And this was a superb victory. We had 48% possession, I think, in the second half. We showed a lot of maturity. I think we put so much effort into that first half. We decided to sit back a little bit and let United play in front of us. And without Pogba's creativity in midfield, United really didn't ask many questions of us. And I think we knew we had control of the game. We played deep, denied them the space in behind, because we know that James, Martial, Rashford, they like space to run into. We cut the space out. Torreira was superb in midfield at winning the ball back, breaking up their moves. Ozil in the space, they struggled to pick him up. And it was a superb victory. And honestly, a proud, proud Arsenal fan I was leaving that stadium yesterday. I think all Arsenal fans should be proud of that. The main thing is that performance has got to be the benchmark. We can't play like that and then, in the next few games not play at that sort of level. Sometimes it's easier to motivate yourself for a big game like Man United. You've got to do that as often as possible. That's what separates a great team from a decent team. If we want to make that jump, then we have to perform consistently like this. The work rate will take time with fitness to develop. We need injured players to come back. Ceballos, Martinelli, Bellerin. We need more options. Rob Holding as well. Tierney also. And I still think we need to go in the market. But all in all, a superb victory. Proud game for Arsenal fans. Always nice to get one over Manchester United. Growing up, this was the biggest game in the Premier League. Not at the moment, of course. Both teams in transition, but a great victory. 2-0 win over Manchester United. Keep subscribing to the channel. Thanks for all your support. Comment down below. Let me know what you thought about the performance and the formation and the systems, individual performances. Who's your man of the match? I went for David Luiz, but you could quite easily have gone for a few others. Torreira, Ozil, Lacazette, many brilliant performances. Socrates was good, Maitland-Niles, there was so many. Smash that thumbs up button and I'll see you next time. Bless.